Okay, number 49. Which of the following occurs as investment becomes more responsive to changes in the interest rate? Remember, this is interest-sensitive consumption. So, what we're looking for, remember, responsive means if interest drops, then more people will borrow and spend it on capital goods. If interest rates rise, then people will not borrow. So, monetary policy becomes more effective at changing real GDP. That is a really nice looking answer. But let's check the other ones real quick. Fiscal policy. Nope, that wouldn't work because it says fiscal policy. Okay. Now, I can get rid of that one. Okay, and get rid of that one immediately when I see fiscal policy in there. Okay, there's no change. Well, that's not true. And that leaves C as a possibility, becomes more effective at changing interest rates. Hey, why is this wrong? Is the Federal Reserve Bank allowed to set prices on anything? No. Do we want our government to set prices on anything? No. Okay, they can target interest rates. So that's all they're allowed to do is target them. All right? We don't want them changing prices on stuff because they go, oh, well, these car loans are going to be 15% now because we need to make money. No, we can't do that. Okay, so best answer is A. All right, 50. If two nations specialize according to the law of comparative advantage, it's been a while for that, huh? And then trade with each other, which of the following would be true? Okay, smaller number of goods would be available. That's not true. Total world production of goods and services would decrease. No. Free global trade is a good thing for us, isn't it? Okay. Everyone within each nation would be better off. Yes, standard of living. That's a real good-looking answer. Each nation would increase its consumption possibilities. This is a better answer because it is why we specialize. Okay? We can make our standard of living better on our own, can't we? So, that answer is half right. Okay? So, D, each nation would increase its consumption possibilities beyond its production possibilities. That was the old Adam Smith thing. Well, if they're better at making wine, even though I don't like the French, we'll sell them our sweaters, then we'll drink their wine and snicker at them from across the English Channel or whatever he said. Okay. All right. One nation would gain at the expense of another nation. Yeah, that could happen, but it's not the best answer. So D. Everybody get that one right? I hope you remember that part. Okay, good. That's definitely kind of a review question. 51. The shifting of a country's PPC to the right will most likely cause long-run supply to shift to the right. Remember, these are a mirror image. Okay. Both of these show growth. So just as a reminder, that one's growth and that one's growth as well. Okay, sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay. 52. One explanation for the downward slope of the aggregate demand curve is that when price level, did I write BS on there? Okay. When the price level increases, which of the following will decrease? That's just a distractor thing, isn't it? Okay, there's no need for that. We already know price level increases, which of the following will decrease. What relationship is that? Inverse or positive? So an inverse relationship. So, which of the following will decrease? So, if price level goes up, then what goes down? The real value of assets. Okay? So if there's inflation out there, remember real is subtracting inflation. Okay? So that's why that will decrease real. Okay? Okay, 53. Which of the following is true about changes in tax rates, changes in the level of government expenditures, and changes in the money supply? So you have three parts to think about in this one. Okay. Now, automatic stabilizers. Those are things like transfer payments. So if people lose their jobs, we don't immediately go into recession. Because if you lose your job, you can go apply for unemployment benefits. If you retire, you can draw Social Security at a certain age. We have those automatic stabilizers. Okay. So, is that true about changes in tax rates? No, not really. Okay. Money supply, think about monetary policy, government expenditures, fiscal policy, tax rates, fiscal policy. Okay. They're all tools of fiscal policy. Not true. Okay. That one's not. Okay. They have different lag times between implementation. This is actually a new vocab term. Okay. I just forgot when we were talking about policy. Maybe I'd said it, or now I'm reminding you. Okay. Because Congress doesn't do things fast, does it? Okay? No. And do they always agree? Okay? Then once they make a law, how how long does it take for it to go into place and show effects? Right? It's a while. Okay? So this is true about all policy. They have lag times between implementation and it's showing up on aggregate demand. Okay? The taxes for 2018 that are due on Monday, I think, we will start to see how much money comes into the government, won't we? We will start to see, well, we're dropping our taxes. Did it create all this GDP and aggregate demand and growth that's been talked about on TV and in politics? Okay. All right, 54. An increase in which of the following would least, I like how they capitalize all that and scream at you, would least likely increase labor productivity. Okay, remember labor productivity, we have a set amount of labor, hours, a budget, and materials. So I go here, workers, I have same workers, they have a work day of 8 hours, and they have a pile of lumber. Okay? It's not that I'm giving them more hours, more money, or more lumber. It's are they making more that day than they made the day before? That's productivity. How efficient are you? Okay? So, an increase in which of the following would least likely increase labor productivity? Okay, if you give them more tools, they'd be better, wouldn't they? If you give them human capital, remember human capital is skills and ability. Both those things would make them more productive. Okay, if I give more technology, more productive. If I give them educational achievement, that's kind of a weird statement. If they get more educated, they'd be more productive. So, best answer is E. All right, everybody get that one right? I hope. Okay, good.